twisted, you've been out of shape, and you feel like you've missed it. You dropped out the race, and as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Life's waves shifted, it falls in place, and you feel like you lifted to where angels lay. But as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You know it's gonna go.
Hi, my name is Nicole King, and welcome to the first MarbellaNOW of September. Here on the programme, every week we take you to meet the people behind the scenes that make Marbella tick. And we're starting off this week's show from the Casa Rasu Gallery. There's an amazing pop art exhibition from Luis and Elena, so let's take a look. As you would have seen from the self-portraits in the introduction behind me, Luis and Elena are exceedingly good artists, and I believe actually you can get them to do a self-portrait of you. Well, here we have the artists behind the pop art exhibition here in the Casa Rasu Gallery, Elena and Luis. Let's have a little chat with them and find out more about the people behind literally these amazing paintings. Elena, where are you from?
Soy de Madrid.
She's from Madrid. Hello, by the way.
Y estoy viviendo en Marbella desde hace 5 años.
From Madrid, but has been living in Marbella for 5 years. Have you been working here? ¿Has estado aquí trabajando?
Bueno, he estado trabajando en esta colección y lo he disfrutado mucho, tanto como toda la ciudad de Marbella, que es espectacular.
Well, this whole collection has been created in Marbella, and the time she's been here has been to put this amazing collection together. That's here at Casa Rasu actually till the end of September, so you do have time to come and see it. You are a career woman, and eres una mujer de carrera, and I believe one of the architects of the Cuzco building, for example, in Madrid, one of the most emblematic Madrid buildings, very high, very impressive. How did you get involved with architecture? ¿Cómo te metiste en el mundo de la arquitectura?
Bueno, desde muy pequeña a mí me ha gustado la arquitectura y una cosa viene detrás de la otra, ¿no?
And you got into also, she said that she always loved architecture and that was just the career she knew she was going to follow. ¿Cómo llegó al paso luego al arte? How did that transfer then into your artistic talents?
Yo creo que el talento lo tenemos todos dentro y va saliendo poquito a poco a lo largo de la vida.
So we've all got a lot of talent in us, and as you go through life, then different aspects seem to come forward. I have to say I agree with that there. Well, let's go for a moment and meet Luis. Hello, hola Luis.
Hello, buenos días, ¿qué tal?
You're not just an artist, you've told me you've been involved, you're part of the Royal Television Academy, you do documentaries, you paint sculptures, and now this collection. How did you meet Elena? ¿Cómo conociste a Elena para empezar a colaborar, to start this collaboration of that now brings this collection here to the Casa Rasu?
Bueno, nos conocimos a través de su hermana, que es mi pareja, y entonces pues de ahí surgió el tema de una posible asociación de grupo, como equipo, y al final hemos formado LE de Luis Elena Art Côtier.
LE Art Couture, which is Luis and Elena, and Luis was saying that he actually met Elena because he married her sister. Goes to show that what goes around comes around, keep it all in the family, which is very nice. This collection is objetos de deseo, objects of desire. And I have to say, the painting behind me they're all wonderful. They invoke joy. But this one of the 5-star luxury perfumes is magical. You can almost smell the perfume. ¿Cómo llegaste al inspirarte en este cuadro detrás?
Bueno, en este cuadro de atrás y en todos. Es decir, es a través de, con un café, generalmente un café con leche los dos, y hablamos, y hablamos, y hablamos, y bocetamos sobre un papel y empezamos a pensar. Queríamos algo lúdico, algo refrescante, algo veraniego, algo con mucho color que relaje y que tranquilice al espectador.
What I was saying is that this painting and all of the paintings basically are created by them sitting down, having a coffee together, chatting, then they get ideas, they put them down on paper, and always the ideas are inspiring, fun, based on the objects of desire that actually make you feel good, as you can see from the yachts and the lovely fresh limes and ice, and everything has its feeling. ¿Colaboráis juntos? ¿Es fácil colaborar con Luis? You work together. Is that easy, working with this gentleman, with your brother-in-law?
Sí, muy fácil.
Do you ever have, she said it's very easy, but do you ever have conflicting ideas? ¿Nunca os confligís en las ideas?
Nunca, nunca.
My gosh, obviously they're not married because they agree on everything. Obviamente no estáis casados porque estáis de acuerdo en todo. So that must be the secret to success. You've created this collection here in Marbella. Is there thoughts of a second one? Habéis creado esta colección aquí en Marbella, la costa, this emphasis on the coast. Do you have a plan for another project? ¿Hay plan para el siguiente proyecto juntos?
Sí, con esta colección llevamos 3 años creándola. Hay algunos cuadros más que se quedaron en el taller. Y ya a partir del viernes pasado, que fue la inauguración, cuando salíamos a la calle, ya íbamos pensando en la siguiente colección. Entonces, bueno, ahí estamos.
He's saying that as soon as they launched this collection last Friday here at the Casa Rasu, they're walking out the doors basically and talking about what their next project would be. It took them 3 years to put together the collection that's here now. So all I can say is come and visit, because as you can see, the paintings really are very engaging, and they make you smile. Te hacen sonreír los cuadros. Muy alegres. What a lovely way to start the program. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Gracias.
If you recall, last week we met Miguel Luna from the tourism office. Well, after that we went up to the main road that runs through Marbella called Ricardo Soriano. Let's take a look.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway.
Miguel Luna, our tourism counsellor, just mentioned that his first job at the tender age of 14 years old was as bellboy at the Marbella Club Hotel, which was started by Prince Alfonso Hoenlohe. But maybe you didn't know that it was Prince Alfonso's uncle, Ricardo Soriano, the namesake for the main high street here in Marbella, who brought Alfonso here in the first place and is truly responsible for starting Marbella off as a tourist destination back in the 50s here in Marbella. Now, Ricardo Soriano is famous because he started off all the tourism. But did you know he was an amazing womanizer, which I'll get back to in a minute, but also the person to build the first motorbike factory in Spain, even taking his adapted Soriano bikes over to the States, and he brought the first talking movies here to Marbella. But yes, he was a womanizer, and unfortunately, he died at the age of 89 here in Marbella back in 1973. Almost penniless because he wasted away most of his inherited money on all his womanizing. Quite a galan, quite a lad, but there again, he was very tall, blonde, blue eyes, exceedingly handsome, rich and famous. So you could say that Ricardo Soriano put the jet into our jet set, or set off the jet set here in Marbella. Right now it is the road that takes you to all the shops, takes you up on one side to our city and all that has to offer, and on the other down to the beach. Ricardo Soriano is the road through Marbella.
Hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted, you've been out of shape, and you feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Life's waves shifted, falls in place, and you feel like you lifted to where angels lay. But as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You know it's gonna go your way.
A lot of people start off here in the Artisan cafeteria behind me. Miguel and the team are here as of 5:30 in the morning, putting on coffees, 16 different types of bread, croissants, focaccias, anything you need to start off your day. And as Marbella is not only touristic, but a lot of people work here, a lot of Spanish people here, this is where they come. Let's take a look.
Hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted, you've been out of shape, and you feel like you've missed it. You dropped out the race, and as time flies by, you'll open.
After that, we went to the Central Market and we met a lot of the different people who have stalls there. It was really fun. We met a lot of cool people, but we didn't get a chance to see the interview with the people from Mediodía, Champagne and Oyster Bar. So let's go back to the market for a moment.
Hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted, you've been out of shape, and you feel like you've missed it. You dropped out the race, and as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Life's waves shifted, falls in place, and you feel like you lifted to where angels lay.
As you can see, the market, the Central Market here in Marbella, has many things to offer. Fresh fish, fresh meat, sushis, wine, cheeses, all different types of dried nuts and fruits. And then you have here wonderful clothes and baskets, typical things from Malaga. But what maybe you don't realize is that from 9 in the morning till about 3, 4, 5, 6, you can even come to the market and you can eat things. It's not just for shopping, you can taste all the things that are here. Now these two young gentlemen seem to have been following us, or we've been following them around the market, and they know exactly how to come to the market, not only to go shopping, but first we saw you in the sushi bar,
right,
and now you're here at Mediodía, which is champagne and oysters. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
You speak English, yes.
Sure, I do.
Where are you from?
I am from Morón de la Frontera, a little village from Sevilla.
And are you here on holiday?
Yes.
How come you have such good English?
Well, I have been living in the United States for about 3.5 years in Chicago.
Well, you do better than us English living in Marbella for 20 years and we still can't even say hola. So I'm discovering the market today and you guys seem to have it perfect. You're going around and there's lots of places to eat here, which I didn't realize.
Yeah, that's why we come at the end of the morning. And here we never get lost in Marbella in the streets, yeah. So we go first to buy some seafood, and then we come and have a little drink, Well, a little or a big drink. It depends the quality of what we are drinking and eating. Right?
Well, you got such a great choice here. We've been in Catandos,
yes.
which is where you were, where we met you just before.
And it's getting very popular. When you go to the markets, they have little places where you can eat, and that increases the interest of coming. Right?
Well, it really is. It's like a tiny, miniature Covent Garden for those of us who've been to London and England, because it is. It's a great market, a great variety of different things, and you get great things to eat, which are really fresh. So is this your first time to Marbella?
No, I have been coming since 1981, but this is new. I have seen these little stores for food, I would say about from 3 years up to now.
Wonderful. So
And
Marbella,
enjoy it.
even in this market, it's a nice way to get in touch with the heart of the
Marbella
city.
is beautiful. As soon as I get retired, I will come here and live here in Marbella.
We look forward to it. Can I ask your name?
Angel,
Angel, my name's Nicole.
very nice to meet you.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. Is this family member?
He is my son-in-law.
Your son-in-law.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Can we say a quick hello?
Of course.
Yeah, you think so? Hi, what's your name?
Xavier.
Xavier.
Yes.
So not Javier, it's Xavier.
Yes, with X.
And why is that?
Because I'm from Galicia, from La Coruña, from the north of Spain.
Oh, wonderful. I did my Spanish, a lot of exchanges in the north of Spain in Bilbao. But it's nice to see the different accents, and you have your own language up there.
Yes, we speak Galician.
Do you speak Galician?
A little bit. My father and my grandmother, but not me.
And so you've joined the family here.
Yeah. From the north to the south now.
That's a nice mix.
Yeah, a good mix.
And how long are you staying in Marbella?
1 week. We are going to stay
Are
here.
you starting or finishing?
No, we are starting. So we are just beginning. A good beginning now.
Well, it's wonderful that you and your father-in-law have come out for so.
Very good joint venture we are doing. Drinking and eating. Right?
It's wonderful. You've left the ladies at home and the lads have hit the streets.
Yeah, we are waiting for them.
Oh, you're waiting for them. Okay. Well, maybe we'll meet them later. Thank
be.
you so much. It's been
Very
a pleasure
welcome.
chatting
Very
with
welcome.
you. Bon appetit.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to meet you. Let's see if we can meet the owner of this fabulous champagne and oyster bar.
Hey, hey, hey. It's a brand new day. Life's waves shifted, falls in place, and you feel like you're lifted to where angels lay. But as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You know it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey.
Well, it's a good thing that I'm walking around Marbella today, checking out some of our favorite hotspots. Without a doubt, this central market is one of them. If you've never been here, you have to come, not only for shopping, but for delicacies such as champagne and oysters. Diego, cheers. Diego? Oh. You have to drink after cheers, otherwise it's bad luck. Diego, do you speak English?
A little. I
Okay.
prefer to speak Spanish.
Okay, well, you did a very good job there. Diego, ¿desde cuándo tienes este puesto de champán y oysters? Since when have you had the champagne and oyster bar?
Abrimos en Navidad pasada y estamos encantados.
He only opened last Christmas and they're absolutely delighted. ¿De dónde eres usted? Where are you from?
From Marbella.
¿Eres Marbella de verdad?
Sí.
A real, authentic, born in Marbella.
Sí.
So what's it like growing up with all us foreigners? ¿Cómo es crecer con todos nuestros guiris aquí?
Encantado desde siempre. Nos hemos habituado desde pequeñito a tratar y a convivir con los extranjeros y para Marbella es fundamental y siempre ha sido una forma de vida.
Así que no nos asustamos.
Yo, ¿no? Nunca.
I'm saying, what's it like growing up surrounded by foreigners? And you said, well, actually, growing up surrounded by foreigners, it just becomes part of the scenery, and no, we don't scare them. Pero no te has lanzado a aprender inglés simplemente con el roce. You haven't learned English just by mixing with us?
Sí hablo, pero para tratar estos temas un poco con la timidez del momento prefiero hablar mi idioma, ¿no?
Well, Diego's saying that, yes, he does speak a bit of English, but here with the cameras, spur of the moment, he'd much rather do it in Spanish. In fact, Miguel Luna, our tourism council, said, no, I don't speak English. And then we did the whole interview in English. So next time we come back, I'm sure Diego will try. You have lots of oysters from different places, ostras de todas partes del mundo.
Sí, tenemos ostras de Holanda, de Francia, también de Irlanda y por supuesto españolas.
What's the difference? ¿Qué diferencia hay?
Sobre todo es la textura de la carne, porque también las ostras van variando en el calibre, en el tamaño, pero según el tamaño y según la procedencia tiene una textura, tiene una carne diferente. Y unas son más salinas, otras son un poco más sosas.
And what it's saying is the difference between the oysters that come from France or from Spain or from Holland is in the texture of the oyster itself. Some are saltier, some are a little more bland, but that's basically the difference. Y bar de ostras es una buena idea para Marbella 5 estrellas, 5-star Marbella with oysters, but ¿cómo se te ocurrió? Why did that come about for you?
Bueno, era un negocio que no había en Marbella, que hay yo creo que muy poco en otros lugares, y era un negocio que Marbella estaba pidiendo precisamente para ser un sitio de calidad y además en un espacio como este que es un mercado algo auténtico.
He's saying that there wasn't an oyster bar here in Marbella, and what better place to open one than we're synonymous with freshness here in the market. Well, Diego, it's lovely to meet you.
Igualmente.
Congratulations.
Gracias, gracias.
These oysters, where are these from?
Son de Normandía, de la playa de Utah Beach, donde desembarcaron los americanos y canadienses, y vamos a tomar unas ostras en honor del desembarco, ¿no?
Wow, they're saying these oysters are from Normandy, in fact from the very beach where the Americans and the Canadians got off their boat, so it's like D-Day oysters del día de...
Exactamente. Hoy
well,
es el día de para nosotros.
Bon appetit. Should we try them?
Hey, hey, hey. It's a brand new day. Life sways, shifted, falls in place, and you feel like you're lifted to where angels lay. But as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide.
Behind me is the Marbella Club, originally owned by Prince Alfonso Hoenlohe, as we just heard, Ricardo Soriano's nephew, and undoubtedly one of the most important people for Marbella, kicking off our jet-set reputation back in the early days. Now, we were in the Marbella Club a few weeks ago, and we were interviewing Princess Marie-Louise, who is the person who puts most emphasis into helping raise money for AIDS and AIDS awareness, surprisingly enough. She said she was inspired by Princess Diana herself, who did the same thing. Well, every year she raises money for Concordia in their charity gala. But at the same time, we were talking to Noel, but we didn't get a chance to hear that interview. So let's go now back to the Marbella Club.
Hey, hey.
Everyone who meets Noel Bohorquez loves Noel, and that's probably why she named her brand of special jewellery Love Noel. Hello, Noel.
Hello, Nicole.
Love Noel is jewellery made out of semi-precious stones that have properties, energetic properties.
Yeah,
what do you mean by that?
All minerals, all stones have energetic value in the sense that they relate to certain parts of the body, they react with your body. If you imagine your body has like an aura around it, an energetic aura around it, when you get sick, part of that aura suddenly gets broken. And you need something to fill that gap. And suddenly you'll find yourself looking for a particular stone, but it also might be a walk in the park, it might be I don't know, a bubble bath or candles or something that makes you feel good to close that gap that's missing in your aura. But crystals help a lot in that.
Well, I know that I love having my dingle dangle on my phone. And you say this one particularly helps to protect from obviously the waves that come in through your head every time the phone rings.
That's right. I mean, I've brought today quartz, so to talk about quartz. So all of these are made with quartz. And quartz is for eliminating the radioactivity that's coming from your telephone, but it also helps to balance the body, balance all the chakras in the body, all the points of energy in our body, and it helps the immune system, and it helps your health and clarity of mind. So this is quartz over here.
So are you meant to hold it, put it in your house? How does this benefit?
Having it around you, it just helps to balance everything around your body like that. A lot of times people say you should have quartz on your computer because it helps, you know, the computer is always emanating some kind of, you know, radioactivity about it
Yes,
itself,
and
or
the
the
apples
electricity.
are famous for getting very hot. You can feel
That's it.
It's
so
like,
if you put quartz next to it, it helps to protect you against all those kind of emanations that are coming out from the
How did you
machinery.
get involved in semi-precious stones, vibrations, energy?
It was many years ago. My first necklace I made was a chakra necklace for balancing the energies in the body. Chakras are, we have 7 main points of energy in the body, going from the crown right down to the base of the spine. And each one of them reacts to a stone, a color, an element, a tone. And I don't know, I had a dream one night about it, and I'd been seeing these Tibetan programs about people making memory necklaces where they'd been on a journey and they collected a little pebble or a little twig or a little ear of corn, and they tied it onto a necklace to remember a journey they had done. And I woke up in the morning and I was like, I need to make a chakra necklace. And I know where to get these stones, and they have to be these 7 stones because these are the right colors and these are the right stones with the right energy. And I found them all, and everything came to me, and I made a chakra necklace for balancing the body, which I still make today. I mean, it's an important
So
necklace.
that was your first emblematic item. And how long ago was that?
Over 20 years ago.
Wow. So obviously you're well into it now and well on the way. It's fascinating because we are made out of energy. I think we've all accepted this, but we don't appreciate on a day-to-day basis actually how those energies affect us and how we can take more control of how those energies go, whether to be more stressed, more relaxed.
Yeah, I mean, it's when I get a lot of people coming to me to buy things, and they say, oh, I've been told to wear rose quartz because I need rose quartz, which is a pink stone. And I say to people, but do you like rose quartz? Do you even know what it is? And I'll show them a piece of rose quartz and go, oh no, it's not really my favorite stone. I'm not really kind of drawn to it. And I say, well, then wait a moment. Take a look at everything that's here, pick a stone that's calling you, and that's probably the one that's more right for you, because you yourself will know what's right for your body more than what I can tell you or anyone else can tell you, because your instinct knows better than anyone else.
That's another thing I think that we have let go by the way. We're so used to waiting for people, doctors, specialists, tell me what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
When we really, as you say, have an inner knowledge of what is actually happening if we just listen and pay attention.
Well, that's it. I mean, you just have to feel what's right for you, what makes you feel good, what energizes you. And like I say, people, it might not be a stone. It might be a walk on the beach. It might be a nice bath with oils and candles. It could be a nice drink sitting in your favorite chair, reading a book, and suddenly you feel energized afterwards. It's doing what makes you feel good.
To feel good, to feel better, they say we are what we eat. You've said that recently, due to your own health reasons, you've actually started taking more stock of actually what you eat and how you eat it.
Yeah, I mean, I was recently diagnosed, well, about almost 4 years ago now, with Parkinsons. And so I've had to have a whole change of diet, but that's been my choice to change my diet because I've been working with a homeopath. So originally I was on pharmaceuticals, and now I've been 2 years off pharmaceuticals and just on health, herbs and vitamins and supplements.
We're lucky that in Marbella we're beginning to see quite a big turnaround regarding organic foods, more natural products. We saw at the United Nationalities Summit there was a big community interest in natural, organic, sustainability, renewability.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a big, I mean, I have like a list here of 7 different places now, just alone in Marbella and San Pedro that just started, which have the shops where you can buy organic foods. There's organic markets now that happen twice a month. There's shops where you can buy takeaway as well, the food, gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free. I mean, it's becoming a big thing now, suddenly in Marbella. I mean,
yeah,
it's
even
great.
Felicioso, which is in the
Puente
Puente
Romano,
Romano, has a gluten-free restaurant.
And it's organic as well, and they also have sugar-free as well.
So what's wrong with gluten?
Well, gluten is, it's coming mainly from wheat and rices and things like that. And what it is, it's that it lines your intestines. So lining your intestines, you're not able to ingest the right amount of vitamins and minerals. And in my case, my medications that I'm taking of herbs. So it's to better ingest all these things, you better to leave it alone.
Well, so obviously there is a lot to be said of finding out information and getting more information about how and what to eat. These lovely stones. Noel, perhaps you'll come back next week because you've been going not only to investigate all these different shops, which we've got a little list up on the screen, but also there's an organic market on a Sunday that we can go to buy fresh produce. Is that right, in Elveria?
And it's on a Saturday. It's
Saturday.
The first Saturday of the month in Elveria, next near the Super Sol in the pine forest there over there. They have a fantastic organic organic market. I mean, there's fantastic people with cheeses and vegetables and actual products as well, soap products and flowers and nuts and all kinds of things. I mean, and the prices are fantastic. I mean, literally, you could go there with 15 euros and do your week's shopping.
Well, so definitely something to look out for. Saturday, first Saturday of the month at the organic market in Elveria. We've got restaurants and shops in Marbella that are now offering sin gluten to be healthy. And Noel is going to start showing us some really easy, simple recipes to make with these fabulous natural products.
I will try.
Yes, I've tasted actually the soup. What was it? It was amazing.
Oh, it was a cucumber, courgette and avocado soup.
And that's what we'll be learning how to make next week. Noel, we love Noel. Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
A lot of people prefer to take their own car when going out at night. However, when it comes to time to go home, that might not be the safest or wisest option. For some, just one glass of wine could put you over the legal limit, which means if you drive, you could put yourself or others at risk, not to mention the controls. So, as we're expats living on the coast, this can be a dilemma, because that's what we do. We go out, we try the wines. And that's why Linea Directa have gone above and beyond with this new completely free bonus policy to people who take out car insurance with them. If you're an expat and live in Malaga, then you get to get all the benefit of this trial of Safety First People, a free bonus policy for anyone insuring their car with Linea Directa. But what does this mean? That means that if you find yourself in this dilemma and think possibly you should not be driving, you can just give Linea Directa a call. They will order and pay for a taxi, which will take you and your fellow companions who were with you in the car home with up to a 25-kilometer radius, as long as you all fit in that one taxi and you're all going to the same place. You can even ask for them to pick up your car and take that back too. And this is 7 days a week from midnight to 7 a.m. and up to 4 times a month. And this is obviously all in addition to the fabulous insurance that you get with Linea Directa. Being a Spanish company, they cover you by all the local Spanish laws, plus they have a fleet of tow trucks, mechanics, garages, hotels, lawyers, whatever you need. Linea Directa truly do cater to our expats' needs, and all we can say is yes, thank you very much. This is a really nice option to make sure we keep ourselves very safe. If you want more information on this, please go to their website, lineadirecta.com, or call them on 952 14 78 34. That's 952 14 78 34, because Linea Directa are putting your safety first.
So you're a business on the Costa del Sol, and you know the best way to reach customers is through word of mouth. But how can you reach more people to grow your business even faster? Before you spend a lot of money on advertising that may never reach your customers, find out how MarbellaFamilyFun.com can help spread the word about your business today. MarbellaFamilyFun.com.
Good afternoon. Today we're in the Casu Rasu Gallery, and with me I have Caroline. Caroline is from K9 Bodyworks, and she does therapeutic dog massage. Caroline, how long have you been doing dog massage?
I've been doing it for about 2 years now, working on the coast. So it's still quite new here, but business is really starting to pick up. So I'm getting a lot of interest, which is really good.
And what exactly do you do with the dogs?
Well, I'm trained in 4 modalities of massage: Swedish, sports, deep tissue and myofascial release. And those techniques have been adapted to canine anatomy. So each client is different. Every massage is tailored to the dog's needs. But I'll use a mixture of those 4 techniques to get the best results for that particular dog.
Okay, and you have you do only dogs at home?
Yes, I go to the client's house, so the dog's a lot more relaxed. It's too stressful for some dogs to come to a different premises, so I always go to the client.
And you have very good results with young dogs, old dogs. All dogs are benefiting from your type of treatment?
Yes, all dogs can benefit. I've got a lot of clients that have got orthopedic conditions like hip dysplasia, herniated discs, and they're seeing really, really good results from massage. The dogs are a lot more flexible and they're able to walk for further. Their legs aren't going from underneath them, and their mobility has really, really improved. A lot of clients with muscular injuries that are showing us signs of lameness, skin twitching. The dogs are growing old before their time. Things just aren't quite right with the dogs, and there's no particular reason why. Often that's really indicative of muscular injuries, so that massage brings great results in that situation as well.
Excellent. And actually one of the reasons you're here is not only to talk about your wonderful business, but you're having a project that is going to happen very soon.
Yes.
And please tell our viewers, what are you doing?
I'm going to climb Kilimanjaro on the 16th of September, and I'm going to try and raise some money for AAA. So I'm here to hopefully get some sponsorship.
And why would you want to climb the Kilimanjaro?
The closer we get there, I don't know anymore. I'm just starting to panic. It's getting so close. I'm so nervous. I went on holiday about 4 years ago to Borneo, and I climbed Mount Kinabalu, and that's 4,000 metres. But after I did it, I was so pleased with myself. It was such a fantastic feeling. And I met people there that had climbed Kilimanjaro, and they were saying what an amazing experience it is. So I thought this is the year I'm actually going to try and do it. And I thought while I'm doing it, I might as well try and raise some money for AAA.
Excellent. And how are you practicing for this? Are you climbing here? Are you walking? What do you do to be prepared to climb a mountain like that?
I think it's going to be luck, to be honest, that gets me up there. But I'm doing lots of things. I'm doing yoga, swimming, hill walking, going to the gym. I'm just doing a little bit of everything, hoping that it will get me fit enough to make it to the top.
And what is your connection with AAA? Why do you want to do this for AAA?
AAA is a really good cause, especially for me. I've got 2 rescue dogs and I adopted them both from AAA. My first dog, Bella, I got 7 years ago. She was found as a puppy, abandoned in the street. My second dog, Boxer, I got a couple of years ago from AAA. He was abandoned. He has leash mania. If it wasn't for AAA, Bella and Boxer would probably just be left on the street to starve. And I just couldn't imagine my life without them. And there's so many dogs there, just like Bella and Boxer, that need forever homes. And I've done voluntary work at AAA, massaging the dogs, and I've been behind the scenes, and I've seen how hard they work, and I've seen that how much help that they need, how much food they have to buy, the supplies that they need to keep 300 to 400 animals healthy and fed. That's not easy. They really do need our support.
Well, thank you very much. That's an excellent idea to support AAA. And how can the people sponsor you? Where do they go and what do they do?
If they go onto my Facebook page, Canine Bodywork, I've created an event. All they have to do is click on my photo and it will take you to my fundraising page where they can donate. It's really, really simple.
Okay, thank you very much for being here, and we wish you very, very much luck. And maybe we'll have you back after you climbed Kilimanjaro.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Lily.
What you see behind me is the world's tallest freestanding mountain. Mount Kilimanjaro is the pride of Tanzania and represents the social, economic, and agricultural foundation of this region. Today on Million Ways to Live, we meet someone whose job is leading people as they achieve their lifelong dream of reaching the roof of Africa.
My name is Eli Bahati, and I've been on top of Kilimanjaro over 100 times. The word Kilimanjaro, the first part, Kilima means mountain, Jaro means God. For those who are living on the wind side of the mountain, this mountain helps us as a source of rain. The people who are living around here, they plant bananas, coffee, corn, beans. It helps a lot with agriculture especially.
Eli has wanted to be a guide since early childhood. Growing up only 1 kilometer from the national park entrance, he spent his childhood talking to travelers, and the soft skills he learned made him the guide he is today.
I do enjoy working with people. The way I do inspire my clients to reach to the top. I do encourage them to eat as much as you can, drink well, and stay positive.
Less than 50% of those that attempt to summit Kilimanjaro succeed, mostly due to the harsh cold weather conditions of summit day or because of succumbing to intense altitude sickness. Eli and his team managed the challenging task by conducting health checks twice daily and making sure everyone is eating and drinking plenty of water. Their best strategy for client success, however, is setting a slow and steady hiking pace.
I said pole pole. Pole pole meaning slow pace, no rush. And we even sometimes I advise clients to stay longer days on the mountain because that helps with acclimatization. You get used into altitude, so they can't affect you even getting to the very top.
We're nearing the end of day 4, and all of us are feeling the altitude a little bit. We've got light to moderate headaches, but we're doing the best we can. We're moving, we're doing burpees and exercising at 4,200 meters. I don't know if that strategy will pay off, but we'll see when we get to the top, if we get to the top. but our spirits are high, the porters are singing and dancing, we're getting good meals, and we're just going to keep it going.
Hikers to have fun on Kilimanjaro. Hakuna Matata. Basically, this word is from Kenya. Kenyan Swahili, meaning no worries. While you are in Kilimanjaro, we like to tell the class Hakuna Matata, so you don't have to worry. You are with the guides taking care of you, so Hakuna Matata.
Mount Kilimanjaro is symbolic for a life well lived. Throughout life, there are peaks and valleys that are fun, challenging, and stressful all at the same time. But regardless of what happens, you have to keep moving forward one pole-pole step at a time. And just like Kilimanjaro, there are guides like Eli who want nothing more than to help you reach your goals.
Easily the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, by far. Eli, thank you so much for motivating, inspiring.
When will you come back again?
When my son is old enough to do it. Are you going to guide my son?
Okay, I will.
Do it.
A very good evening. Welcome to the Casa Rasu Gallery. My name is Patrick Grant and I'm your legal beagle. Behind me is this wonderful photo entitled Un beso, a kiss in Spanish, and it just shows two lovers. Now, unfortunately, sometimes in love, things don't quite work out. And therefore, as the question I had this week was what to do if you want to get a divorce in Spain. So here we go, cheeky 5-minute guide to exactly how you're going to do this. Bit of background first. Divorce has only been legal in Spain since 1981. As you know, Spain is a deeply Catholic country, and obviously under the rule of Franco, these kind of things were not acceptable whatsoever. It's very strange when you're a lawyer from a common law country like Britain, where we've been doing divorces since King Henry VIII led the way in the 1540s, but there you go. So, the other thing that's fairly important to remember in this is that rules on divorce, as rules on just about anything in Spain, can vary from province to province. So a legal matter in Andalusia might be dealt with differently in Catalonia or in any other province. So just be very, very aware of that. As we're in Marbella and we're on MarbellaNOW, I'm going to be dealing in the next few minutes with Andalusia. So here we go. Divorces come in two ways. You can either have an uncontested divorce or a contested divorce. I'm not going to talk to you about contested divorces today because they involve a huge amount of legal work and they involve going to court, various arguments being placed. What I'm going to talk to you about is a quick divorce, what's called an uncontested divorce. So who can do it? Well, you can divorce in Spain if both are Spanish residents, if both are Spanish nationals, if the plaintiff, that's the person who is bringing the divorce, is a Spanish national, or if the defendant, that's the person responding to the divorce, is a Spanish resident. So there you go. Just go through those again. If you're both residents, both nationals, if the plaintiff, the person bringing it, is a Spanish national, or if the defendant is a Spanish resident, then you can go to the courts in Spain and obtain a divorce. Divorce in Spain is not fault-based. In many other countries in Europe, especially my own, you have to cite a reason for the divorce. That's not so here. So you don't have to give any reasons whatsoever. You can just tell them we want to get divorced and that's sufficient. Now, you have to have been married for a minimum of 3 months in order to be granted a divorce. If it's been a Las Vegas style quickie and you need to get things dealt with, you're going to have to unfortunately wait that 3 months before you present your petition to the courts. Now, a lot of divorces, the biggest problem in those is the children and what to do about that. In Spain, if you have children under 16 and you want to get a divorce, you must be able to demonstrate that you've been separated for 2 years. Now, in order to prove separation for 2 years, you need to show that you haven't been living together as a married couple. So you need to show the court, in effect, you've been sleeping in different houses, sleeping in different bedrooms, you have separate bank accounts, this kind of thing. Think about anything that would connect you as a married couple and then do the opposite if that's the way you're going. And that has to be for a minimum of 2 years. The idea behind this is if there can be any reconciliation for the purposes of the kids, then that's the best way that can be done. So you're going to have to demonstrate 2 years of separation if you have children under 16 and you wish to get divorced. Custody, well, like many countries, custody usually ends up with the children going to the mother. However, it's becoming more and more popular these days to look at joint custody arrangements, and especially where the father is keen. There's been a huge amount of news about this across Europe in the last few months, where Fathers for Justice and various other campaigners have been saying, hold on a second, us men get a very raw deal in these divorces, especially where custody of the children is concerned. So that's something to think about too before you apply for a divorce, is how you would like to split the custody of the children. Alimony or child support is another big issue. It's basically whoever pays an amount towards the support of the kids. And again, because of tradition, this is usually the husband, because he's usually the earner, and traditionally the mother stayed at home with the kids. However, again, as we enter the 21st century, things are now remarkably different. So again, if you're going to the courts and you want an uncontested divorce, this is going to have to be something that you're going to think about. Who is going to pay how much towards the support of the kids, how the working arrangements are going to be dealt with, all of this kind of thing. So possessions, that's another very important thing to look at. The family house, anything that's been a property of the marriage. As I said earlier, in different provinces in Spain it can be different. For example, in Catalonia, if you go into a marriage with your possessions and the other person has their possessions, if you do get divorced, it just remains exactly as it was. However, here in Andalusia, you share everything in the marriage. So you need to work out exactly how you're going to split your possessions without any arguments about it. And this includes the family home, which is one of the important things that the Spanish courts would like to hear before you decide to divorce, how you intend to deal with the family home. Normally, arrangements are made for the kids to remain in the family home, and whoever doesn't have custody would go elsewhere. But that's something very important to think about. So quick summing up. In order to present a divorce petition in Spain, you need to be married for a minimum of 3 months, and you need to wait until that time has elapsed before you can get a divorce. If you have children under 16, you're going to need to show that you've been separated for a minimum of 2 years before you'll be granted an uncontested divorce. The courts, if they grant a quickie divorce, want to see that you've got a custody arrangement already in place and you're totally in agreement. They want to see who's paying the child support, how it's going to be paid, and just to make sure that the kids are going to have a roof over their head and something to eat on a daily basis. They also want to know exactly what's been arranged with the family home, who's going to be staying there, and how it's going to be dealt with. Alimony, child support, how much each is going to pay. This is all very important. So that's it for this week. We'll see you again next week with some more Legal Beagle news and information. Until then, have a cracking weekend, look after yourselves, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
This next section is sponsored by Linea Directa, tailor-made expat car insurance. Well, we may be in September, but the touristic summer is still in full force, and there are so many cars. We told you at the beginning of the summer in July that 84 million cars were going to be on the Spanish roads, and we also warned you about those controls. Some of you have noted that in July there were loads of controls, but not in August. This could possibly be due to the fact that the Spanish police, by law, get 2 weeks off during the month of August, which means half the police force are off at the first 2 weeks and half the police force are off the second 2 weeks. But I would like to let you know that they are back. This morning, coming to record the programme, I passed at least 4 different controls and an undetected, undercover car. There are loads of unmarked police cars that drive around, and what are they looking for? Well, they're looking to make sure that you're not exceeding the speed limit. We have a lot of bicycles on our roads, and if you are exceeding the speed limit, and you won't be able to get out of the way if necessary, it just doesn't give you time. Other cars can't get onto the road either, so it's very important you don't do that. Also, no talking on your telephone. This is a big no-no. So these two things, speeding and telephone talking, cause the most accidents. Please be aware. If you're doing long journeys, stop every 2 hours. Get yourself a rest. It's no good just rushing off and then not making it to your final destination. If you're here on holiday, you might be tempted to get in the car in your bathing suit, but you should be wearing clothes, at least a t-shirt when you're driving, and you must, of course, wear your seatbelt. Children need to be in the correct adapted seat as well to make sure that they're all very well protected. So, just a final note to remind you that there are police back on the roads. They are making sure you're not drinking and driving, amongst other things. Please keep yourselves safe so everyone just has a great time here in Marbella.
Good afternoon, here we are again, and I'm standing next to this wonderful painting that is on exposition in the gallery. And with me, I have today Lana. Lana is a little pup that came in with her brother. They were left behind in an apartment in La Quinta. The owners had left, and they left them just in an empty apartment without water, without food, and they were just rolling around in their own dirt, of course. Luckily, some people heard that and got the police to open up the apartment, and they were saved. And they're now at AAA waiting for adoption. They will be looked after by us. Unfortunately, their tails were already cut, which is like an illegal thing to do now these days. They left the ears on, but years before it was a habit of certain dogs being cut ears and cut tails. Luckily it's prohibited now and not much is happening, but this time it still happened, and why they left them behind, I really have no idea. To treat a dog like that is just very inhumane, specifically those tiny little ones. They're only 2 months old and they don't deserve this. So if you ever see anybody or hear of anybody treating dogs like that, please warn them not to do it or get the dogs to AAA, as I've often said. This is a little Doberman. I'm sure you get the Dobermans from the time of P.I. Magnum and the Voice of Brazil. The Dobermans were in there as well. Usually they think they're very dangerous dogs or very attack dogs, but it just depends on how you bring them up. So this one has been a chance to be a really nice, quiet dog, or he can be a guard dog, whatever you want to do with her. But she is very small, so she can be taught anything you want her. So please come to AAA if you're interested in adopting Lana or her little brother, or both, preferably. And look at all our other dogs that also are still there waiting to be adopted. We are AAA, we are looking after the dogs, and we need you. Thank you very much, and remember, don't shop, adopt.
Well, the nice thing being now in September means that me, Marbella, is back on 107.6 FM. We took a few weeks off during the August month. Patrick's been away, and amongst other things, you got engaged. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I can't wait. The most wonderful woman ever, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. We've just got to plan everything now. That's the fun bit, I think.
But what a wonderful way to do it. Took his young lady off to Mallorca. Very romantic proposal. What better than she said yes? And then how ironic that you handled divorce on this week's programme.
Yes, you can't beat that, can you? It's quite a delicious irony involved.
Delicious irony. Yeah. Well, you get a lot of that on Me Marbella. We're on Mondays and Wednesdays on RTV Marbella 107.6 FM from 4 to 6 p.m. But we're also on Tuesdays and Thursdays a bit later from 8 till 10 p.m.
We are, and we are full of local stories, great guests, great information. And remember, the most important thing is while we say Me Marbella, it's as if you're saying it. It's your Marbella. And we want to hear from you. We want to hear your stories. We want to hear what's going on in Marbella from your perspective. What news you have, anything that you can really tell us about Marbella and, more importantly, your Marbella.
Exactly. Everyone in Marbella covers the amazing events we have, a lot of glitz, a lot of glamour, a lot of jet set. But the people behind the scenes that make all that happen, well, that's what we cover on Me Marbella. We go behind the scenes because it's not what you know or who you know, it's who knows you. And with so many different businesses doing the same thing, at the end of the day, it's the person behind the scenes that really does make that difference.
That's absolutely right. And you can come in and have a wonderful chat with us. We always think the radio studio is a bit like our living room. We have a good catch up with people, hear about not just what they're doing, but who they are, because it's really important to know that. The story behind the business, isn't it? Know who you're going to see on a regular basis.
Exactly. We can't all get on with everyone, but you can find the right person for you. Good way to network. Patrick obviously covers all the different things that he talks about on MarbellaNOW TV on the legal issues. You can send him your questions, and please come on the show because it really is all about you.
Bang on. 107.6 Monday afternoon from 4 o'clock. We can't wait to see you then.
And Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. We're just saying we feel like living pop art standing here outside the amazing exhibition at the Casa Rasu Gallery. Please do come along to see the amazing paintings and meet Shahed, who is undoubtedly one of the most integrated members of our Marbella community. Thank you for joining us this week. Take care, be nice to each other. We'll see you next week. Bye.
And you feel like you've missed it. You dropped out the rain.